Assalamualaikum and good morning, Professor Azhar. Thank you for agreeing to join us in this special interview on functional food design, fortification using iron. Waalaikumsalam, good morning. Thank you for the invitation. I'll be very happy to assist. So, Prof. Azhar, can you tell us the importance of iron for our health? The effect if there is any deficiency, and what happens if we over consume iron. All right, thank you. Well, iron is very important. It is an essential trace element. It is an integral part of the cytochromes and several other iron and sulfur enzymes. It forms a very important structure and transport proteins, and maybe you heard about things such as transferrin, lactoferrin, ferritin, hemosiderin, hemoglobin, myoglobin. These are all containing iron. And deficiency of iron can cause mental and psychomotor retardations. It can impair your immune system. It's very important for this COVID-19 issue. And of course, you can become very tired because you need iron to carry oxygen throughout your body. And about that question on the overconsumption, is very serious. You can cause cancer and cardiovascular risks if you over consume iron. Wow, Prof. Wow. Anyway, what is the importance of this chapter on iron fortification as a case study? What kind of learning outcome do you want the student to expect? Okay, so I have it here, written in this learning outcome and the importance of the chapters. First, the final levels of fortificants added to a food vehicle, like iron, it is fortificant. Food vehicle can be noodles, can be bread. This level of fortificant must be safe, must be efficacious for all population groups consuming the fortified foods. And the learning outcome that the student can expect is iron fortificants are not created equals. You as a designer, you have to study what are the fortificants of iron available in the market, and then you choose what is the most suitable for your products. Alright, so you have to decide the vehicle and then consider all this in your design of the food vehicles. Okay. So, Prof, apparently there are many iron compounds, fortificants out there. Can you tell us a little bit more about these iron compounds, fortificants? Okay, certainly. I think there are like 4 different categories. Number 1 is the easy one, the water soluble iron fortificant. Example would be ferrous sulfate, and this is basically an iron fortificant that is recommended by WHO. So it's a very good one. It's water soluble, so you want to use it for your juice. This is the kind of iron that you're going to choose. And the second one is poorly water soluble but soluble in the dilute acids. Example would be like ferrous fumarate. So if your product has somewhat dilute acid properties, this could be a suitable iron for you. The third one is called water insoluble but poorly soluble in dilute acids. Example is ferric pyrophosphates, and these are also recommended by WHO. And the fourth category is somewhat new and experimental, like sodium iron EDTA, microencapsulated ferrous sulfate, and ferric ammonium orthophosphate. There are so many of them in this 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. The list can only be given in the class. It's a bit too much here for me to share it. Wow, thank you, Prof. Before we go, this is the final question. What are the fortification strategies normally aimed by the industries? what are the properties of iron fortificants that are sought by industries, and what are the design considerations. Okay, so there are many issues with iron fortificants. One is, of course, the oxidation of iron. For instance, ferrous sulfate, even though high bioavailability, tends to oxidize, and with this oxidizing to ferric form, it become metallic in taste and become brown in color. This will damage the sensory properties of the food. So what industries are trying to do, they try to protect the iron from oxidation, and one way is to use EDTA, making the iron to be more stable during storage, during processing. So sodium iron EDTA is one example. Another example is a product called Sun Active Iron, which is super dispersed of ferric pyrophosphate. It does not affect the flavor, and it gives better bioavailability to the products, and also stable high temperature. So there are many aspects that you have to consider before deciding choosing a specific iron fortificant into your food. It is not simply as buying an iron fortificant and disperse it into your product. You have to consider these factors. That's what I mean by design. You have to think, you have to study the chemical properties, physical properties, and what the potential impact of this fortification or addition into your food products. Okay, I hope this helped. Okay guys, so we say thank you to Professor Azhar for spending some time with us. So as usual, I'd like to wish you happy learning and see you in class. Okay, take care.